what is the impact of a single moment on our lives, and how do our choices reveal our character? Now let's start with the first part, the impact of a single moment on our lives. During our lifetime, we tend to make decisions, and believe it or not, every decision is going to change your life some way. Like choosing not to do your homeworks can change your life to a very stressful state, or put your future in danger. Or deciding not to put on your seatbelt can either end your life or put you in jail for years to come. Now on Persepolis, Margie starts out as a little girl, an innocent little girl that has a dream of being a prophet and wants to be the change for the world. As the book goes on and conflicts keep rising, Margie decided to cut out connections with her best friend, God. Now at first it might not be so bad, but as soon as you flip to the next page, the author fast forwards the story for a couple of years later. In the next page, Margie is now a teenager with lots of problems around her. Problems with her parents, with herself, and the world around her. Those problems really show how that one moment of impact and the one moment of anger, that one decision, changed her life and left nobody for Margie to talk to about her problems. Now transitioning back to the next part of our question, how do our choices reveal our character? Now, it's human nature for people to act a certain way, to love different things, to do different things, and to also look different. But sometimes those characteristics can be developed or can be revealed by making certain decisions. In Mice and Men, Steinbeck talked about George and Lenny. There are two men traveling the country to find a job and fulfill their dreams. They both end up in a farm where they found a work opportunity, but then they meet the boss's son, Curly. Curly's appearance, manners, and character are all revealed by the way he spoke to Lenny when they first met. The word choice that Steinbeck used and the decisions Curly made of how he was going to act with Lenny revealed his character to George, even though they have never met. Looking back at the big picture, one moment and one decision can change a whole lifetime. And the decisions we make on a daily basis not only can change our lives, but also can reveal who we truly are. A current day example of this would be Bashar al-Assad, president of Syria. For many years, Syrian citizens are treated poorly, given no rights, oppressed, killed in groups, and also were not even allowed to protest. In 2011, the protesting started against the dictator Bashar al-Assad. Those protesters were first peaceful, but after a while, Bashar didn't like what was happening and ordered ground troops to kill the masses until they disperse. That one moment will change history and will change our world as we know it. An all-out civil war began. More than a three-way war will start. That one moment would change Syria forever. And not only did it change Syria, but it showed the world what kind of a person Bashar was. And to put things in perspective, since 2011, Bashar killed more than 400,000 people, using all kinds of weapons, including chemical weapons, and displacing more than 6.1 million citizens. Those numbers are just the impact of a single moment on a life.
يا الله يوفقك لا تتركني الله يعز عليك لا تتركني يا الله يا الله صبرني يا رب يا رب يا الله يا الله صبرني يا رب يا رب لا تتركني يا رب بابا لا تتركني الله يخليك يا يوم الله يوفقك لا تتركني لا تتركني لعالي لك لا تتركني لا تتركني يا يوم الله يوفقك
In an instance, Mr. Milton Glaser shares a life-changing experience. Mr. Glaser had an opportunity to enter Bronx Science School, or a music and art school. Given the fact that he had a science teacher, he was reportedly pushed and told to go into the Bronx Science School. Even though people around Glaser told him to get into the science school, art and music was more interesting to him. So he decided to take the entrance exam to that school. The day after the test, Glaser sees the science teacher and was told to meet him in the office. After a short, brief conversation, the teacher hands Milton a box of French Conte crayons, a fancy, expensive box, and gave it to him and says, "Do good work." Those couple of words and those brief moments changed his life, not only academically, but also personally, as it was rewarding to have a profound example of somebody, an adult, an authority figure, a sophisticated man, to understand what he wants and encourages him to do it and do good with it. In conclusion, our decisions can show people who we really are and give life a quick chance to change itself forever.